Tonight, Governor John Carney is set to nominate a new director of the State Housing Authority. Plus, Newcastle County residents get a reprieve on their sewer bills, and the Freeman Arts Pavilion announces a hot summer lineup. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. And welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for joining us tonight. Making headlines today, Governor John Carney announced today he will nominate a longtime State Housing Authority administrator to lead the department. Cynthia Carney has been with the agency for nearly 2 decades and currently serves as the department's deputy director. She will serve as acting director beginning next month when current director Eugene Young will step down. Young, who served as the agency's leader since 2021, announced just last week he was leaving the department. Prior to being named deputy director in 2022, Carney served as chief operating officer and director of housing finance. Her work has focused on promoting home ownership. She launched programs to revitalize the Delaware's housing market, including emergency foreclosure assistance for senior citizens, low-rate mortgage for new construction and veterans, and launched the first-time homebuyer federal tax credit here in Delaware. Carney's nomination must be approved by the Delaware State Senate. And turning to other news, with the public's help, Newark police have identified a person of interest in connection to an incident that happened at an Acme grocery store over the weekend. A family reported that they were shopping in the store along the 100 block of Grove Lane around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, when they say a stranger took the cart where their 8-year-old was sitting and walked away. The family stopped the suspect seen here, and the man ran away after the confrontation. Police released a photo of the man, who they are calling a person of interest. The child was fortunately not hurt. Newark police said that they have contacted the person here, and their investigation is continuing. Police said members of the public actually saw the story and surveillance photo on social media and contacted the Newark Detective Division with information. And an officer at Delaware's juvenile lockup has been charged with overdosing on heroin while operating the control center at the facility. According to court records, 53-year-old Kirk Sewell of Newark was found unconscious on the floor while working the main desk at Ferris School, located on Center Road. Sewell was taken to Christiana Hospital and administered 3 doses of Narcan to combat the drugs. In addition to official misconduct, he was charged with endangering the welfare of a child for all juveniles present in the facility at the time of the incident. And state police have arrested an 18-year-old Selbyville man on various charges after a hit-and-run crash over the weekend. The incident happened Saturday in Frankfort, Delaware, when a single car crash was reported around Old Mill Bridge Road. Police say 18-year-old Aiden Cooper allegedly abandoned the vehicle after he missed a curve in the road and crashed the car. He was pulled over while driving another car, where he was arrested for DUI after failing a field sobriety check. Authorities also say Cooper had a backpack containing a handgun, ammunition, and meth. And state police have also arrested 2 teens in Kent County after they allegedly attempted to steal a car and then resisted arrest. Troopers say a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old from Dover were arrested for multiple felony offenses. The incident began just before 11:30 p.m. when troopers responded to a residence on Nobles Pond Crossing in Dover for a report of suspicious males attempting to break into neighborhood cars. Troopers found a Kia Sorrento's rear window had been shattered and the ignition was ripped out, the same type of damage that's consistent with the nationwide trends you've been hearing about Kias being stolen using a screwdriver and a USB cable. After a foot chase, both teens were arrested and were found to have a screwdriver and, you guessed it, a USB cable on them. The teens were charged with multiple felonies and have since been released into their custody of their parents. State police also arrested a Dover woman for aggravating menacing and terroristic threatening over the weekend. Troopers responded to a resident on Demedio Drive in Dover for a conflict they said was between two neighbors. Troopers say the man claimed his neighbor, identified as Jennifer Neal, unplugged a power cord he was using and began to take the cord with her into her home. The man then grabbed the other end of the cord to stop Neal, at which point she turned a pair of scissors and raised them in a stabbing motion at him. She also reportedly made statements about killing the man. After initially being unable to contact her at her home and then obtaining an arrest warrant, troopers eventually arrested Jennifer Neal in Milford. She was charged with aggravating menacing and terroristic threatening. Newcastle County is giving residents 3 more weeks to pay their sewer bills that it says were delayed by the mail. County Executive Matt Meyer said the delay had been caused by operational changes at the U.S. Postal Service and that county residents should not be held responsible for those delays. Payments are now due Friday, March 22nd. The extra time is important because the county charges interest on late payments. It's 6% to start, plus a subsequent penalty of 1% per month thereafter. Residents who have not received their bill yet should call the county at 302-395-5340. The county also wants to remind residents that they can at any time view, download, and print their bills right on the county's website. And sirens are going to blare Friday morning throughout Wilmington during a test of the emergency alert and notification system. 13 sirens located throughout the city will be activated for 3 to 5 minutes. It's going to happen about 10:45 on Friday morning. The siren system is part of the city's expanded emergency system that includes the subscription-based Smart 911 and a cell-based notification system known as iPause. And in other news, thinking of planting a tree in your yard? Well, Delmarva Power is giving them away for free to promote greener homes and help residents save on their energy cost. In partnership with the Arbor Day Foundation, Delmarva is offering 600 complimentary trees on a first-come, first-served basis. Not only do trees protect homes from summer sun and winter winds, they also have the potential to reduce energy costs by 15 to 30%. That's according to Delmarva Power. The native tree species customers can choose from include a bald cypress, river birch, flowering dogwood red maple, and eastern redbud. One tree is available to each customer while supplies last and will be delivered by mail to you at the end of May. To reserve a tree, you can just visit the address there, seen on your screen. And Delaware has been ranked as one of the top 3 states in the nation for using solar power. Consumer Affairs, which conducts research based on consumer guides, compiled a list of the best states to install solar power based on average electricity prices, installation costs, solar policies, and other incentives available. Delaware scored 3rd on the list because of the relatively low installation costs, rebates, tax credits, and other money-saving opportunities. Good news there. A young civics leader from Wilmington has been awarded the prestigious 2023 John Lewis Youth Leadership Award, announced Secretary of State Jeff Bullock on Monday. Tyara Highland, now a junior at Howard University, was very active while at St. George's Technical High School. She assisted in getting a law passed requiring Delaware schools to teach Black history and help create a statewide coalition of Black students. The award, created back in 2021 in honor of the late Congressman and civil rights icon John Lewis, recognizes a gifted, civics-minded young person who has demonstrated leadership abilities. Congratulations to her. And before we go tonight, the summer always has a hot time for major concerts here in the First State, and the Freeman Arts Pavilion cranked up the heat this week by revealing its first wave of performers. Here we go. This includes headliners George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Cole Swindell, and many others. Last April, you may recall that Delaware native George Thorogood put the brakes on his 50th anniversary tour, announcing on his website that he was diagnosed with a very serious medical condition that would require immediate surgery and quite a few weeks of recuperation. But Thorogood is tough as nails and you guessed it, still bad to the bone. He'll rock out with fans in his home state this summer. Tickets for these Freeman performances will all go on sale this week at freemanarts.org. On-sale times are going to vary throughout the days, so if you're interested, be sure to check out the individual event pages for exact times for on-sale. More concerts, of course, will be announced this spring as they are confirmed. The Freeman Arts Pavilion is located in Selbyville. For more information, visit freemanarts.org, or you can call that number there seen on your screen. Making headlines today, Delaware will receive more than $42 million in federal funds aimed at supporting clean drinking water here in the first state, as well as supporting the state's water infrastructure. The funds come as part of President Joe Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law and nearly $6 billion in Environmental Protection Agency Clean Water State Revolving Funds. The EPA says $2.6 billion will go towards wastewater and stormwater infrastructure across the country, while $3.2 billion is geared for drinking water infrastructure across the nation. About half of the funding will be available as grants or principal forgiveness loans, ensuring monies reach communities most in need of water investments. The EPA says the bipartisan infrastructure law has injected $170 million into Delaware water projects since the year 2022. And in other news, a student at Dover High School was injured by another student wielding a knife during a fight. That's according to Dover police. It happened Tuesday when a fight broke out between a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. During the fight, the 15-year-old reportedly displayed a pocket knife, swinging it at the 17-year-old, cutting his left arm. School staff did intervene and secured the knife, and police say the 15-year-old was taken into custody. The 17-year-old had to receive medical treatment from staff and was later brought to outside medical care by his parents. The 15-year-old was charged with second-degree assault and carrying a concealed deadly weapon in a safe school and recreation zone. And a 28-year-old man is dead after being shot in Wilmington's East Side neighborhood in one of two shootings in the city on Tuesday. Police believe that Devontae Davis of Philadelphia was shot along the 600 block of East 8th Street around 4:30 in the afternoon. Authorities say Davis arrived at the hospital in critical condition and he later died. Police are also investigating the shooting of a 17-year-old who allegedly was shot along the 1800 block of West 4th Street. That shooting took place about 6 p.m. He was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Police have not provided any other information on either shooting. And a man has been hospitalized in serious condition after his SUV crashed into the back of a dump truck at the intersection of Lancaster Pike and Yorkland Road in Hockessin Tuesday. Officials say a 72-year-old man was trapped in the wreckage seen here. Crews responded to the scene and had to use a variety of hydraulic tools to extricate the victim. He was flown by helicopter to Christiana Hospital for treatment. Lancaster Pike was closed in the area for about 90 minutes. Police are investigating the cause of this crash. And further south now, a man was killed in a crash involving a garbage truck in Georgetown Tuesday. State police say a 44-year-old Lewis man was driving on Bethesda Road when he crossed into the lane of other traffic and hit the left side of a garbage truck. Police say the man died at the scene. His identity has not yet been released, pending family notification. Police are asking anyone who witnessed this crash to contact Master Corporal Argo by calling 302-703-3264. You can also send a private Facebook message to the Delaware State Police. And a 19-year-old employee of a Felton daycare facility has been arrested on multiple counts of child abuse following a 3-week police investigation. According to Felton police, officers were called late last month to the Beginnings and Beyond child care facility on the 300 block of Ludlow Lane for reports of child abuse. Video surveillance showed the worker aggressively handling 4 juvenile victims. The alleged incidents took place between January 16th and the 24th. Alyssa Pennington of Frederica was fired from the center. She is charged with 13 counts of child abuse, 3rd degree, and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. She was released on a $132,000 unsecured bond. And now to an update to a story that we brought to you last night. A Wilmington man has been charged with attempted kidnapping after Newark police said that he was the man seen in a supermarket cart that had a child in the front seat. According to Newark police, 40-year-old Derek White turned himself in Tuesday. He failed to post bond after arraignment. You may recall that we told you the incident occurred Saturday at the Acme and the Grove complex. The man was confronted by people who were with the 8-year-old child at the time, and the man released the cart and then left the store. He was captured on surveillance video. Newark police are crediting the public for helping them learn this man's identity. Anyone with information regarding this investigation is asked to contact Newark police at the number seen there on your screen. And the state fire marshal's office is trying to find the cause of a house trailer fire in the Red Lion area Tuesday night. The blaze broke out on North Dragon Drive in the Dragon Run Trailer Park around 8 p.m. Here you can see the flames just shooting from the trailer. Officials say no one was in the trailer and the fire was quickly put out. No injuries were reported. And a 55-year-old man was seriously injured Tuesday during an industrial accident in Millsboro. Shortly before 4 in the afternoon, troopers were sent to WWC the 3rd Trucking on Pear Tree Road. Investigations revealed that the victim had used a blowtorch to cut off the top of a barrel that had held flammable liquid, causing an explosion. The case remains under investigation by Delaware State Police detectives.
You're telling me you removed one of the key figures of the school without a plan forward, just the title. Because that's what it sounded like to me in the letter. And listen, I've worked for years with major chemical companies. That's not strategic thinking. Either you're not being honest, or this was the most ridiculous decision anyone could have ever made.
And tensions are running high at a local parish here in Wilmington. In response to what are being called recent organizational changes at St. Elizabeth School, concerned parents, alumni, and parishioners have united to seek clarity and understanding regarding the decision to eliminate the position of the school president.
The frustrating part for all of us is that there's been no input. You know, we had a quick meeting with Father in front of church last week, and he said he wanted to meet with us individually. And I said, Father, we don't go to church individually. We go as a group, and we're all going to hear this message together. But there was no talking with others. Father spoke with 2 members of the advisory board and not the entire board about this decision.
The decision communicated by Father Roger DeBuo, pastor of St. Elizabeth, has stirred surprise and concern among members of the St. Elizabeth family. In a letter dated February 9th, DeBuo informed parents the position of president would be eliminated. Currently held by Joseph Papilli, concerned parents and parishioners believe the role has been pivotal in maintaining leadership stability. In the letter, Father Roger said he planned to reorganize the school, bringing in a director of advancement. He expressed gratitude to Joe Papilli for his dedicated service to St. Elizabeth School. DETV has reached out to the Diocese of Wilmington, and they say it would not be appropriate to comment on a parish decision or issue. What critics are calling the lack of prior discussion surrounding this decision has prompted many within the St. Elizabeth community to express their support for Mr. Papilli and question the rationale behind the move. Forming under the banner We Stand with St. Elizabeth, concerned parents, former faculty members, and alumni are seeking clarity and justification for the decision. An upcoming community forum aims to facilitate an open dialogue, seeking answers and understanding regarding the decision-making process behind the elimination of the president's position. The community meeting serves as a platform for transparency and collaboration as stakeholders come together to address concerns and explore potential pathways forward. The forum is scheduled for Monday, February 26th at 7 p.m. at Cranston Heights Fire Hall. Invitations have been extended to key figures involved, including the diocesan bishop and the superintendent of Catholic schools. As of this broadcast, Mr. Papilli is the sole participant confirmed for the meeting. Those at We Stand with St. Elizabeth say that the issue may not go away anytime soon.
We have plenty. We just begun, but I'm not going to show my hand.
Moving to other news now, big news out of BB Healthcare. A Wilmington native and Salesianum graduate has made the second largest philanthropic gift in BB's 108-year history. The Rocco A. and Mary Abasino Foundation is granting $6 million to the BB Medical Foundation. BB Healthcare will rename its Rehoboth Health Campus in honor of the Abasinos. And before we leave you tonight, the head of a group bringing positive change to Wilmington was recognized Tuesday during Black History Month at Delaware Technical Community College campus in Wilmington. Logan Herring is the CEO of the work group, which includes Reach Riverside, the Warehouse, and Kingswood Community Center. Herring was raised here in Wilmington and joins a list of distinguished individuals so honored at Del Tech. Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer also proclaimed it Logan Herring Day. Herring told the crowd that he wakes up every day with a burning desire to improve the world, starting with one neighborhood. Making headlines today, pharmacies across the country are reporting delays to prescription orders due to a cyber attack against one of the nation's largest healthcare technology companies. Change Healthcare, a company handling orders and payment processes through the United States, first noticed the cybersecurity issue affecting its networks Wednesday morning along the East Coast. Well, pharmacies across the country have put out notices that the attack on the Change Healthcare is actually disrupting their ability to process patients' orders. There is currently no publicly available report on the nature or the origin of this cybersecurity plaguing Change Healthcare. They are one of the largest healthcare technology companies in the United States, and they handle patient payments across the U.S. healthcare system. The tech giant states that it handles 15 billion healthcare transactions each year, and that 1 in 3 Americans have records that are touched by them. DETV reached out today to hospitals and insurance companies throughout the Delaware region, and as of this broadcast, we have received this response from the Delaware Healthcare Association, stating in part, Delaware's hospitals are aware of the cyber attack and are working to ensure that there is no impact on patient care or information, end quote. That statement is from the association's president and CEO, who also says that they will keep patients informed accordingly. DETV also received a response from a spokesman from ChristianaCare, who said, quote, that none of ChristianaCare's systems have been impacted directly. At this time, we are not aware of any impact to patient care or patients' data. Lastly, DETV has also heard from CVS. They tell us that they're continuing to fill prescriptions, but in certain cases, they are not able to process insurance claims, which their business continuity plan is addressing to ensure that patients continue to have access to their vital medications. So, how does this affect you, you ask? You're encouraged to contact your individual insurance provider to ensure that there are no lapses in receiving medications or other interruptions as a result of this cyber attack. We'll certainly keep you posted on that. And in other news tonight, the Smyrna School District is investigating reports of possible professional misconduct in a classroom at Smyrna Elementary School. According to the school district, a report alleging the misconduct was originally received on February 16th. The district released a statement just on Wednesday, February 21st, saying that they had taken precautions while the investigation is underway, including contacting law enforcement and providing alternative staff for student instruction. At 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the Smyrna School District issued an update on their statement, saying the alleged misconduct under investigation was not sexual in nature, but they declined to provide any other information. Staff were at the elementary school to provide support for students, employees, and parents. The district said that they understand that questions remain regarding the active investigation and that they will continue to update parents as soon as more information becomes available. And police in Newcastle County have arrested 2 13-year-olds and a 14-year-old who they say hopped out of a stolen car to attack another teen as he walked home from a bus stop. That is, the incident happened shortly after 3:30 Tuesday afternoon in the Wellington Woods area of Newark. Police say the 14-year-old victim was walking home from the bus stop when a silver Kia passed him multiple times. Well, the Kia eventually stopped and 3 suspects, all wearing ski masks, got out of the car. That's when they reportedly ordered the victim to turn over his property, and then they attacked him. But the victim was able to run away. Luckily, the suspects tried to run away as well, but all 3 were eventually caught by police. Police say that they later determined the Kia was actually stolen earlier in the day. All 3 teens were charged with a number of crimes, including robbery, assault, and resisting arrest. To Sussex County now, where police in Laurel are asking for the public's help in identifying suspects involved in a shooting that injured 3 people earlier this month. Around 2 a.m. on February 11th, police were called to the 2800 block of Daniel Street in Carvel Gardens for a report of shots fired, where they there saw a large group of people fleeing from an apartment. Police say the owner of the apartment told them at least 3 people had been struck by gunfire. Laurel police tried to detain multiple cars fleeing the residence, but when they refused, a chase ensued on that vehicle using stop sticks. More than 50 shell casings were found around the home in the area. 3 people, a 17-year-old male, an 18-year-old female, and a 26-year-old female, were all injured. Police have released these photos we've been showing you on your screen, as well as a vehicle of interest that's right here. Anyone with information regarding the suspects or this vehicle is asked to contact Detective Gardner at the number seen there on your screen. And a police chase through Sussex County ended in the arrest of a man on multiple felony charges, including his 5th DUI. According to state police, the incident occurred shortly after midnight Tuesday after troopers on patrol spotted a vehicle swerving on Route 24 in the area of Banks Road. Police tried to stop the vehicle, but the driver would not stop and led police on a pursuit from Millsboro all the way to Bridgeville, where police were finally able to stop the car. The driver, 41-year-old Lee Brooks, and a female passenger were both taken into custody. Inside the car, police found a 12-gauge shotgun, brass knuckles, a knife, and drug paraphernalia. The female passenger who was with him has not yet been named. She was charged with a misdemeanor and has subsequently been released. The man was arraigned on a slew of felony charges and was committed to Sussex Correctional Institution on a $36,000 cash bond. And Milford City Council has voted to drop their eminent domain case against a property owner to acquire her land for an extension of recreational space and paths. Wednesday night, the vote came on the heels of the council releasing a lengthy statement on their reasoning for deciding on eminent domain in the first place. Annette Billings has seen a massive outpouring of local support, including last night over the past couple of weeks, as she resisted the council's efforts to acquire an 8-acre parcel from her. That support was on full display Wednesday in Milford as residents packed into the meeting room to share thoughts with the council. Councilwoman Wilson, seen here, introduced the motion to terminate eminent domain. The motion passed 6-0 with 2 abstentions. That while the end of eminent domain controversy brings some relief to Milford neighbors, it remains to be seen how the council intends to move forward with its plan to add fully connected bike paths and recreational areas. Well, speaking of bike paths and recreational areas, it's never too soon to think of spring, right? Well, lucky for you, she's back. Let's turn it to our weather girl, Shakira Denise. Hey, Shakira.
Hey, Matt. Thank you so much. And hello, DETV family. Yes, I'm back. And now I have some good news to bring to you because we have good weather coming up. And this weekend's weather is sponsored by Delaware's Behavioral Health Consortium. Let's see what we got coming up. On Friday, we're looking at showers, 47 degrees. Not a great day, but it's Friday, so that's always great, TGIF, right? And then we have Saturday and Sunday. There are seasonable temperatures. Saturday, we're looking at partly cloudy skies. 41 degrees will be the high. And Sunday will be a high of 42 degrees. Mostly sunny, picture perfect, definitely time to get out. And if you haven't heard, it's a great time to go to Old Newcastle. They're having their 3rd annual Historic Restaurant Week. What could be better? Good food, great company. It's the best. That is your DETV's weekend weather forecast. Back to you, Matt.
Shakira, it's great to have you back. I think I speak for all of us when I say that. And I'm going to head to historic Newcastle for dinner on Saturday. She helped me with my plans, so thank you. Welcome back, Shakara. She'll be with us for all of our newscasts. We're excited. For more news, to Dover now, where a new transitional housing unit for young women is set to open its doors. It aims to help create a path for young women who have aged out of the foster system. The units are the latest project from the Elizabeth W. Murphy School and would feature 3 bedrooms with services for women ages 18 to 23, with the hopes of helping them further their careers and education. The center would be the 4th location operated by the group in the state, and it would feature 6 caseworkers. The organization says when kids age out of foster system, they can end up with families that cannot handle them in abusive relationships, or even worse, homeless. And registration is now open to Wilmington's 2024 Youth Career Development Program, set to kick off on June 17th. The summer program aims to employ over 300 youths in a variety of roles, including internships within the city government, as well as positions in the business and community sectors. Those interested must apply online. Upon submission, applicants will undergo an intake appointment to review their application and necessary documentation. To qualify for the 2024 Youth Career Development Program, applicants must fall between the ages of 14 and 20 years old. Prospective candidates, both new and returning, are invited to apply via the program's website, that's youthjobs.com. And the application deadline is going to be Friday, April 12th. And before we leave you tonight, a singer from Delaware is set to captivate millions as a contestant on NBC's The Voice. Hockessen's Olivia Rubini, a Padua Academy graduate, will take the stage during the initial blind audition round on the singing competition. At 24 years old, Rubini has been making waves in the music scene since the age of 15. Independently releasing music, including her acclaimed full-length album, Silhouettes, in 2021. Produced by her father, veteran Delaware musician Richie Rubini, her anticipation for the blind audition round was palpable last week when she shared the news on social media. She expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support. As is customary for The Voice contestants, if you don't know, Rubini must await the airing of her audition episode before she can engage with a media interview. The new season of The Voice is set to launch Monday night, 8 p.m. on NBC. Meanwhile, both Olivia and Dad, Richie Rubini, are slated to perform at this year's Shine a Light concert at the Queen, headlining alongside 70 local acts to benefit the Light Up the Queen Foundation. Ticket prices for that event range from $75 to $300. So what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome.
We've only had 3 people from Delaware on The Voice, and there are 25 or 26 seasons. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
We have a lot of talent here.
Big ups to Delaware. Yay.
I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you, Matt. It's great to be back. Boom.
We got this. Well, that's going to do it for today's edition of DETV News. Be sure to follow us across your favorite social media platforms. And for a look at what's happening all around the great state of Delaware, take a look at our website. That's detvch.com. With tonight's news, I'm Matt Ford.
And I'm Shakara Denise.
We'll see you next week.